Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome Elena Wuchner, the 2025-2026 President of the Workplace Solutions Association, WSA, a division of ISSA. Elena is also the founder and CEO of EON Workplace. Elena, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you on the program to get to know you and more about WSA doing such important work. Let's keep it easy. Let's start with this question. Tell us about yourself, your personal life, and how you got here today professionally.
Sure. Um, so I live in Denver, Colorado. I'm a big skier. I love the outdoors, as most of us in Colorado do. I'm married to an amazing husband, and I have two kids who are 10 and 8, daughter and a son, Natalie and Sam. So that's obviously a huge part of my life and my time. And professionally, I was able to follow in my parents' footsteps. They were in the office products industry. And I, with their help, started EON about 24 years ago, believe it or not. And we've seen a lot of changes in that time and a lot of transformations really in our industry in a variety of ways. And now I'm super excited to be involved with WSA and serving as its current president. And I think um, we fill a really important role for the dealers in our industry.
So you seem very busy with what you do, running your own company. Now you're president of WSA. Did you have too much time on your hands? Or what's the deal?
I guess so. No, I'm happy to, I derive a lot of benefit out of my involvement with WSA. First of all, I've learned about all the many programs and resources that we offer, which I honestly wasn't too familiar with prior to becoming involved. And then I can also help us, develop new programs and new resources for dealers that will benefit my company along with everyone else in the industry. So I do see it as a very valuable use of my time, but um, I think it's important also just to give back in all the ways that we can. And fortunately, now I'm at a point where I do have time to
Mhm.
devote to that. So
Well, thank you for doing all you do for the association. All joking aside, I know it's a busy time. You're doing two things now, two important jobs, running your own company and WSA as well. But let's talk about the important aspect of today's conversation. That's the maybe the state of the association. What's your assessment of WSA, current strengths, and maybe some projects you're working on that our members need to know about?
sure, absolutely. I think the current state of WSA is very strong. We have ample resources at our disposal to use for the benefit of our members. Being a member of ISSA is a really important benefit that we have. It gives us access to additional resources that we wouldn't have as a standalone association. So we really appreciate that connection and that partnership, or our division in ISSA. Uh, we have a number of programs that we're currently working on and offering that are very exciting, in my opinion. One of them that is open and available now is our scholarship program. We offer, as WSA, scholarships to family members of our members that they can use towards higher education. And it's just a really great offering to be able to send to all of my employees, all of the employees in our dealer network, to say, hey, here are these scholarship funds that are available. And as we all know, college and university is becoming more and more expensive all the time, and any help is always appreciated. So I know our employees have been excited about that opportunity. Um, so that's one initiative that is a really successful program for us. We also offer quite a lot of training and uh, research resources for dealers. Right now, we're working on a Jansan training opportunity for dealers to help them get more involved in that line of business, which, as you know, as with through your affiliation with ISSA, is a huge and growing industry. And as office products dealers, we are all having to really invest in new lines of business because of hybrid work, because of Amazon, because of a number of factors. So this is just one example of a way that we're trying to help dealers get into those other lines of business. We're also offering an AI training program. We know AI is a very hot topic these days, and for good reason. It's something that we can all start to implement more in our businesses for greater efficiency, greater results, greater marketing benefits. So we have a great AI resource and a trainer that is put together a program that we can offer our members. So that's another example of something that I think is really valuable for the members in our association.
I understand there's something coming up that involves an event in
Oh,
Washington.
right.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So this is actually something that really drew me in to participate in WSA and get more involved. One of the benefits that we provide to our members is we perform advocacy at the federal level. We have a wonderful lobbyist who works on our behalf to talk to policymakers and lawmakers about the issues that are affecting our businesses every day. And that goes down to a local level. So we conduct a fly-in every year where we actually and people who are in dealers who want to join us have the opportunity to go as well, fly into Washington and meet with lawmakers and policy experts and talk to them about the things that are affecting us, whether it's credit card fees or healthcare issues or labor force issues or fair competition issues that we deal with. So these are all, as we know, super important to our success. And I feel that it's a real privilege for us to get to go and not just talk about these, but actually have an impact on moving the needle to some extent. So I'm very much looking forward to our fly-in, which is coming up in April. Certainly reach out to the organization if
Mhm.
you are interested in joining that fly-in. I went a couple of years ago and was able to meet with a representative of my local congressperson's office and speak to them in their office. It was a really neat opportunity and hopefully beneficial to my business.
Absolutely. Thinking about the next couple of years of leadership you're going to provide WSA, what are some strategies that you've been thinking about to grow the association and draw in other additional members? There are a lot of dealers out there, I have to think, who may not even know about WSA. They need to know.
Right. I agree. And I do think that part of what we need to do is simply communicate who we are and the story of the value that we offer to our members because there are a variety of reasons that people just often aren't aware. There are several big organizations in our industry, buying groups, other dealer groups, and to many people, WSA seems like just another big group that's part of our industry. But what we are is we are the trade association for our industry. And by performing advocacy, by providing training and research on our industry, um, and by offering scholarships and other benefits to our members, we're really serving an important role that no other organization is serving. So I think we need to do a better job of communicating who we are. So that involves marketing, outreach, things like that. And really making sure we get our message out there to dealers. And I think then at that point, it kind of speaks for itself.
What we're doing right now is exactly that. We're telling people about the association, what it can do. Maybe one more question before we close, and then I'll ask two more questions. One is competition out there has to be strong, has to be something that you talk about every day. With
Yes.
online ordering, products are available everywhere. Does that come up in conversation much as an association, and what do you plan to do about that?
It certainly does. We have potentially the largest competitor ever seen in the retail world in Amazon. Amazon Business has become quite a force in the business products industry. I'm sure your members of ISSA have seen the effects of that as well. Um, and something I learned on a fly-in with WSA to Washington is the power that Amazon has at the federal level in terms of lobbying and resources like that. So it really does come up that we need to have a voice to express to lawmakers and policymakers that, hey, this is, becoming a level of competition that's almost impossible to contend with. And what can we do about that? So we're talking about that when it comes to our advocacy work. And we're talking about, how we can help dealers in other ways, whether it involves technology, resources, e-content, pricing. All these things are huge factors when it comes to talking about our very large competitors. Amazon, of course, being um, a dominant force.
We all know that, and that fact alone, if I was a dealer and I'm not, I'd have to join forces to strengthen the association and the industry as you think about the competitive nature of it.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
Elena, my last point, um, if you were to sit down at a table, have coffee with a few non-member dealers, and you were to tell them why they need to be part of this right now, what are the top things you would share with them?
I would share that by becoming members, they could add their voice and their opinions and their wealth of knowledge to influence what we're doing as an association to help all the dealers in our industry. And I think what helps all the dealers in our industry obviously helps each one of us individually. So I would say to, provide your feedback, your wisdom, and then also just to make sure that you're privy to all of these benefits that we offer. And by becoming a member, you get substantial discounts on training programs, on other resources that we offer, um, and just greater awareness of all the workings of our industry.
Well, Elena, thank you for this today. Those watching are more informed about what WSA is doing and will do and all the opportunities with the association. So if you want to compete and you want to stay relevant, this is the way to do it. Join WSA.